Everybody's smart that goes to medical school, but everybody doesn't make it through. And some that make it through don't make good doctors. So it's the same kind of thing with athletes. Some of them have great talent, but they don't have the right psychological disposition. They don't have the right focus on paying attention to detail. And I think when people are process-oriented and they define, this is what I want, and this is what I need to do it, and then they have the discipline to execute it, that's when you get a talented player who becomes a great player.
I freaking love Nick Saban, and I could care less about Alabama football, but I absolutely love Nick Saban. I love listening to him talk. The gift to be a player for that guy. I love that clip. My son and I watch it a lot when we're working on baseball. So at 16, I use my son as an example. At 16, he's starting to do a lot more things on his own. That's the goal as a parent, is to teach him how to be able to live his own life, right? And make good decisions that are in his best interests based on the dreams and the goals that he sets for himself. We use yesterday as an example. Yesterday, I got home and I was like, hey, bud, how'd your throwing, hitting, and all those things do that you did on your own? Do you need me to help you with any of those things? So he said, no, I was able to knock him out, and I did my throwing. And I asked him, we have our off-season goals for your baseball. How did what you did today move the needle towards the final goal that you're working for, which is, the deadline for that is in February of next year? And he thought about it for a minute, and he caught himself. He said, Dad, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? He fell into the habit of doing it so he could say that he could do it. He did it because he knew he needed to do it and it was the right thing. But the purpose in which you do it is probably the most common thing that's lost at people that are not at the highest of levels. Right? It goes back to that psychological disposition, the attention to detail. Like all that is a skill, okay? That's something that can be learned. And a lot of times if you're a great player, you don't have to learn those things until you get to the ultimate level, the big leagues of Major League Baseball, where you're playing against the best in the world, or the NFL, or the NBA, or something like that in sports, right? Where you're playing against where everybody is that talented. Now, what is the biggest separator of everybody that has equal talent? Choices, decisions, understanding how to move things forward the fastest toward a specific target, right? So I absolutely love Nick Saban. Those are all great lessons that we apply in business every single day. And there's people that are ahead of me and farther ahead of me in their journey in business. And I'm just going to catch them and pass them simply because of what Coach Saban's talking about right there.